When did you realize your mother just wanted you to be her emotional husband? I just wanted a break from her texting me 24/7 and having to assure her that I wasn't going to leave her. But the counselor said I looked sick and immediately took me to the nurse. When they saw that I weighed 98 pounds at 13 years old, their faces changed. "We need to call your mother," the nurse said, looking at my vitals with concern. But I panicked instantly. "Please don't call her. She'll pull me out of school." The counselor sat down and asked, "Why would she do that?" She told me that she can't live without me, that she needs me. But she also said that others can't know about the texts. I showed them my phone, and I swear it was like the room temperature dropped. "These aren't normal. How long has your mother been sending these?" "Since Dad left 2 years ago." She told me this was normal for a mother and her son, so I never said anything. The counselor called the principal, and then the police, even though I begged her not to. A police officer arrived and read through months of messages, while I sat there terrified of what Mom would do when she found out. My chest felt like it was being crushed. "Why do you have banking apps on your phone?" "I handle all the bills because Mom says looking at numbers gives her panic attacks." "You're 13 years old and you're managing household finances? Someone has to pay rent and buy groceries or we'd be evicted." The weight of saying it out loud made me realize how exhausted I was. The counselor pulled up my records on her computer. The officer had me show him a typical day of messages. My hands shook as I scrolled to yesterday and started reading them out loud. "Good morning, my soulmate. You're the only reason I'm alive. Don't leave me alone today. If you go to school, I'll have no reason to keep living. You're more of a man than your father ever was. Why aren't you responding? I'm taking all my pills." "Never mind. I threw them up. Please come home. You're the only person who truly loves me. We have a special bond no one understands." Each word felt like glass in my throat. The officer stopped me. "She calls you her soulmate? Every day since Dad left. Does she tell you adult problems?" "She tells me about her dates, which men she thinks are attractive, her financial problems, everything." The room started spinning slightly. "When did you last have a full night's sleep?" I couldn't remember because Mom would wake me up at all hours to talk about how lonely she was, sometimes crawling into my bed crying about Dad leaving. When they called Mom to the school, she arrived already screaming and crying before she even got to the office. The sound of her voice made me physically flinch. "You're trying to steal my baby. He's all I have left in this world." She grabbed my arm so hard it hurt, her nails digging into my skin. "Tell them how much you love taking care of me. Tell them about our special bond that no one else understands." The counselor tried to stay calm, but I could see her jaw clenching. "Ma'am, your son weighs 98 pounds because he's not eating. He's failing every class, and he's managing your entire emotional and financial life. He's mature for his age. He wants to help me. We're soulmates." The word hung in the air like poison, and everyone went silent. "I mean, we have a special bond. He understands me like no one else ever has." The officer spoke up. "You just called your 13-year-old son your soulmate. That's completely inappropriate." Mom turned on me with tears streaming down her face, but her eyes were wild with rage. "After everything I've sacrificed for you, I stayed alive when I wanted to die. Your father abandoned us, and I could have ended it all, but I didn't because you needed a mother." "Actually," the officer interrupted, "you needed him to be your therapist and emotional support, which is abuse." Mom screamed that I was betraying her just like Dad did, that she'd have nothing to live for without me, that she'd end herself the moment I left. She was arrested right there. A social worker arrived within an hour with the truth Mom had hidden. Turns out, Dad hadn't abandoned us. He'd been sending support checks Mom cashed but never mentioned. He'd filed for custody 6 times. Each time, Mom threatened to jump off a bridge if he didn't back down. "Your father's been trying to see you for 2 years, she explained. Everything I believed shattered. They gave me 2 options, foster care or placement with Dad, while Mom got mandatory psychiatric treatment. Mom had to be restrained when they told her, "You can't take him. He's my soulmate. He's my reason to live. Who will hold me when I cry? Who will listen to my problems? Who will make me want to wake up?" "A therapist," the counselor said. "That was 4 months ago. I live with Dad now. I sleep through entire nights, gained 20 pounds, made actual friends. Last week, Mom called from the psychiatric facility. My doctor says I was treating you like my emotional husband. I'm sorry. I'm back to being just 13.